Hi guys, welcome back to our Wyoming Life. Our intro didn't work. I don't know why, because it said file not found. So apparently I screwed something up.
Did you delete it?
I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I don't know. So yeah, just a cold start. Boom, ready to go. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I could literally have food in my teeth.
Oh shoot, I didn't check.
We finished eating like 3 seconds ago. So
I'm running up the stairs and I'm like, it's 7.
it's like, yeah, I seriously could have food in my teeth. So the roll call is still going on. That usually happens during our intro. Of course, the intro not happening today, but yeah, that was a little abrupt. Sorry about that. So my fault, completely.
Nobody cares.
My fault. Nobody does care. I don't know why I put so much work into what I need to do. So anyway, we have our live stream up and running. I'm hoping we are, because now I'm seeing people are waiting patiently in the mountains. Bill, I hope you can see us, man. If you can see us, please let us know in the chat room, because that'd be a great thing to know at this point, so I'm not just talking to myself.
It takes a second.
It does.
You
It
just have
does.
to
We
wait.
could be way behind at this
It says
point.
perfect streaming.
It does. It does. Nobody's telling me they're seeing us, though. That's a little weird. Alrighty, so if this is your first time here, please let us know.
No, it says we're on.
Oh, sweet. We're going. There's apparently a big lag today. Zode Seeker,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, sure.
First time live, watching you for a year plus. Thank you very much for coming to our weekly live stream.
Well, it
And
does take a while tonight. The chat's really
it's
slow.
going very slow. So you guys are a little bit behind us, but that's totally fine. Lots of stuff happening here on the ranch, guys. It's we're coming into fall. We have snow forecast within the 10-day forecast.
At the very end, I think, of the 10-day.
Okay, so we've got 10 days to get the entire ranch winterized.
Yeah, I mean, we're
basically.
we're almost a month, essentially. It won't be quite a month, but like, I mean, our average last frost date is September 20th, and we've been super lucky, but it's coming on the 12th.
The 12th, we have snow. How much snow?
I think like an inch.
Okay, so we'll probably be doing a, hey, it's snowing on the ranch and we're doomed type of video. Get some clickbait going on.
But yeah, it is going to finally freeze.
Nice. I'm ready for that.
I'm ready for the flies to be gone.
Yeah, the flies would be nice. It would be very good if the flies would freeze and go off. Do we know how much snow we're getting?
I said an inch.
Oh, an inch. I'm sorry. I missed that part. Okay. Okay, so we've got an inch
There's
of snow
nothing on
the
my
way.
teeth, Matt.
What's on your
I
face?
checked.
Forgot to mute my
Rude.
phone, too. We're running a little late
Let me
today.
check. I'm good.
I'm not looking. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So yeah, we've got basically a week, maybe 10 days to get the ranch ready for winter. Not that it's going to be a hard freeze. In fact, I can almost guarantee we're going to get snow, and then it's going to flip-flop back into pseudo summer again. We'll probably get back up in the 70s, and then winter will eventually arrive. Speaking of arriving, we've had now, 4 loads of hay arrive on the ranch. I know that you guys have seen a couple of those, but we've gotten more hay from Missouri. We've gotten some hay from Nebraska that's come in. The difference in hay, and you haven't really went down to look at the hay yet, but it does amaze me, the difference in hay from different regions.
Yeah.
In the Missouri hay that we got just a couple days, yesterday? Day before? I don't know, I can't keep it straight. We have red clover. I've never seen red clover.
There's white clover. We have yellow clover here.
Yeah.
There's purple clover, I think, or maybe that's
Maybe
red.
that's just red, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's all kinds of different grasses.
That was loud.
And it was loud. There's. Yeah, are you gonna put Seagrams in there?
I kind of forgot what I was doing there.
There's all
What are you
kinds of
having?
different.
Sprite with a Sprite chaser.
Sprite on the rocks.
Yeah, Sprite on the rocks.
Yeah, there's all just different kinds of grasses, and regardless of what the comment section on that video says, like, the hay's not trash. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just different.
It is different. And even compared to the Nebraska hay,
Yeah.
it looks so much different. And the one thing I did get a kick out of is the fact that the Nebraska hay, delivered from Nebraska for 400 and some odd miles, is more expensive than the hay coming from Missouri
Not
at
much,
850 miles.
But, well, because we got a deal on trucking.
We did.
We paid $130 a ton in the field for the Nebraska hay, and it's meadow hay. Mm-hmm. I don't think the cows have ever had meadow hay.
I don't know either.
We don't
These
have
cows
a
are going
meadow.
to be, they don't care at this point. They're just like, give us food.
Yeah.
happy with it.
Yeah, and you haven't unspooled a bowl of Nebraska hay yet.
No, I have not. I have not. So, yeah, so we've got the hay situation going on, kind of getting that worked out. You're going to see over the next couple months some big changes probably happening just because of the hay situation, and some drastic changes that are going to happen on the ranch. Of course, we had the 2 bulls that left that we don't need any longer, that we don't want to feed. They're not viable on the ranch, so they went. Honestly, I didn't even check they're Erin's mom's bulls, so I didn't even check the sale report to see how much they went for. I know the one had the limp, and the big black one, he was just a bully. But the comment section on that video, of course, very interesting. Go back and read that. One guy yelled at me for not breaking up the fight. I was like, what am I going to do? I didn't see that comment. Jeff told me about it.
I told you about it.
Or you told me about it.
Yeah, I told you about it. That someone was like, I don't understand how you can just stand there and film and not do anything. What are you supposed to do?
Hey, guys, break it up, back up.
I mean,
ding, ding,
there's just nothing. There's just nothing to do. It's
once they're going at each other, like, it's not even, I can't even get one moved into a separate pen.
And you guys tried.
Oh, yeah.
And not everything makes it into a video and stuff, too. Like, you guys tried to push them where you wanted them, and even if you had been able to separate them into 2 different corrals, that doesn't mean that they would stay in 2 different corrals.
Right.
Regardless of whether you put them in the corral system or you put them in a different pasture, that's what bulls do.
So, in that video, if you watch that at the end of the video, there's Doof Vader and the Red Bull were fighting. But if you look in the background, that other black bull is standing in a gate, and he won't let anybody go by that gate. So those 2 were fighting basically to see who was going to go up against the other black bull, I'm guessing. I don't know. But it was an interesting situation. And it's just one of those things that unless you happen to be there and know exactly what's going on,
just let them do it. And seriously, when we put them out with the cows, they do the same thing.
Oh, when I bring them home, they do the same thing.
It's when...
If I take them in the bull pasture, they do the same thing.
When we buy a new bull and the new bulls find the new bull, or the old bulls find the new bull, they fight. Like, it's just what bulls do. And it is a dominance thing, and who is the alpha. And they just have to sort that out. There's literally nothing we can do except for to keep ourselves
out of
safe.
The way. Yeah, for
and
sure.
that was the concern, like, because I was in the garden when you guys were doing that and stuff. Like, it's make sure, like, they're not going to get out, but they just have to work it out. They just have to get it out of their systems, and they'll be fine. And later that afternoon, they were all fine.
Oh, yeah, they were all fine. They didn't care what was going
on.
on.
And now Doof is just...
He's by himself.
Chilling.
I went out, I gave him some cake today. Actually, I think we gave him cake a couple days ago. Went out and gave him some cake today. He let me walk right up to him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't take it from my hand, but I dumped it on the ground, and he just came right over.
And I went and looked at him in the shed the other day, just to want to make sure he was okay. And I snuck around the shed, and I made noise and stuff, so I didn't scare him and stuff. But he just looked at me like, "What up?"
What are you doing?
And I took some.
Look at this. We've got a child arrived.
What's up?
What's up, kiddo?
You're thirsty? Go tell your sister Kenzie.
Go tell Kenzie you want something to drink. It's her job today. Do you want to come say hi? No. Lincoln's a little sick. He's got a little bit of a bug.
Ask Grace to get you something to drink. She'll help you. Okay, ask Kenzie or Grace to help you.
I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he wants apple juice.
Bye-bye.
Can they pour the apple juice? That container's like this big.
Well, they're going to have to teamwork it out.
We said, you guys are on your own. So
I asked him. That's part of the reason I was late. I was like making sure that he was good. And I was like, do you need anything? No, I'm going to keep eating chips. So he is feeling better. He has a bit of
a pretty good Lincoln impersonation.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep eating chips. He's been not feeling super great, but I think he's doing better.
He is doing better. So. Let's see. Let's check out a few comments here for you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Chef Tiny's been trying to get here for about 2 months. For some reason, he keeps on, life keeps on happening, but eventually we'll get Chef Tiny here on the ranch to cook for us. Can anyone stay at the Airbnb, or is that just for hunters? Actually, anybody can stay there if it's not booked, obviously. If you go to airbnb.com or you go to our website, and it's down at the bottom, I think, you can click there and check out availability. So yeah, anybody can come and stay. And
it's not for the, I mean, they have to book it.
Yeah.
It's not like a package deal.
Not at all, not at all. And also I have to throw out a disclaimer, like if you're staying in the Airbnb, that doesn't mean that you get to come over and drive tractors and chase cows.
It's not a working.
It's not a working vacation, so that's definitely something we got to throw in there. And in fact, you could stay in the Airbnb and not even see us because we could be gone, or any number of things could be going on. So
Yeah.
there's no guarantee of whatever. So if you have the Airbnb app, just search for Gillette Wyoming and you'll see it, or search our Wyoming Life. Actually, it may just pop up. So it's not too hard to find. You'll find it. Let's see. Solar farm in the future? Probably not, unless somebody wants to come and put one in.
We don't get to do that, guys. Like, well, there's been a lot of like, are you guys going to do wind? Are you going to do solar? Like, we don't.
I don't have $1 million to put in a wind
A
generator.
million?
Well, yeah.
It doesn't cost $1 million. It costs hundreds of millions of dollars.
To do
like,
a wind farm?
We
Yeah.
don't get to decide that. Like, what happens with those things is those companies approach landowners, and you do a surface agreement and a lease agreement, essentially. Like, and you would get paid a monthly fee, and it could be.
It's like the oil wells out here. We didn't drill oil wells.
No.
Like, they came to us and said, "Hey, you guys
They
have
came,
oil underneath
no, they didn't
you?"
even come to us.
No, they came
to the
generations ago.
before us.
And yeah, they said, "There's oil here. Let us drill for it. We'll pay
Yeah.
you this much to drive on your ground."
That's all that it is. And then
get a small percentage of the oil, I think. So.
And I don't know how it works with wind or solar, if you get a percentage of what is produced or you just get a flat fee. But like, we're not building and developing
This giant
clean
infrastructure.
energy sources on the ranch. So it's not something like, we literally cannot bankroll it. And really none of that's happening in Campbell County as of right now. So the infrastructure and the grid is not even there to do that. So it's very complicated. It is not just like, hey, let's put up some solar panels. Like, I would love some for us.
Really?
Yeah, like a few would be nice.
We can do that.
But I ain't got hundreds of millions of dollars to develop a solar farm. I don't know why lately we've just been getting a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Jeff says part of hunting is stalking. Sounds like your guys are simply shooting. Can you hear them? I haven't heard them.
Not today, I haven't. No.
Yeah, so I don't know where that came from, but they have so far. They've 2 animals left to get. They've gotten 11 animals in the first 3 days of hunting season, and if you've never hunted antelope before, you have to shoot them, and you do have to stalk them. Today they got 3 animals, and I know I talked to one of the hunters after they were done for the day. He put 14 miles on his ATV, and then he said he probably walked just as much. Because that's just what you have to do. So yeah, it's not simple.
Yeah, I mean, like opening day and like the first couple of days, like they are like closer to home and stuff, and it is a lot easier the first couple of days. But then they have to go work for it a little bit.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, don't want to get between bulls. No doubt,
absolutely not.
Yeah. Let's see.
JB says, go nuclear. I need my uranium stocks to chew some of it. Yeah, sure, I'll just
we'll just throw up a nuclear plant too while we're at it. Nuclear. All right.
So Bill the Tractorman said, here in Minnesota, the solar and wind companies are pounding our doors and fighting over properties to put their equipment on. Yeah,
I was surprised when we went through Minnesota how many windmills were in Minnesota.
Yeah, but I mean, sure, if you start hearing that your neighbors are having conversations with companies, like, yes, you can go approach them and talk to them. But I've not heard of anybody in Campbell County that's been approached about a solar or wind farm. Not to say it's not happening. I just haven't heard anybody. Nobody is knocking on our door. So.
Let's see. I loved you guys on Zach's podcast. If anybody hasn't heard, we were actually
did the air conditioner just turn on?
Probably. We were in Minnesota a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, and had a chance to stop by and see Zach, Minnesota millennial farmer. We weren't really planning on doing anything, just stopping by and saying hi, and we got roped into having a barbecue. And
well, we knew we were going to barbecue.
Oh no, we were having a barbecue. We ended up doing a podcast as well. So if you have a chance to listen to it, I'm sure somebody will throw up a link or something.
It's on every place that you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's called
Off the Husk.
Off the Husk. And it features Mrs. Millennial Farmer and Master Pipe Layer, and we were there, and Zach, of course.
Yeah, exactly. See, a lot of people said it was a lot of fun. Once again, very huge disclaimer, we're way cooler online than we are in person. So just to put that out there in case you were thinking that that we seem that cool. Let's see. I made Erin's couscous and veggies.
I'm glad you
Marie
liked
Weber.
it. I hope you liked
it. Actually,
yeah.
We got a lot of emails from that you had opened up people's culinary lives.
Well, I hope somebody likes it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. There's a cat.
I think we just finished it, didn't we? Or is there still some left over?
No, I threw just a tiny bit away.
Oh, jeez.
I have more. I mean, I can make more. Patty asked if we're getting meat chicken soon. No, not till spring. They're probably pretty close to... Oh, that cat's going to climb in all that bubble wrap. Everyone, cat?
Cat.
What was I saying?
Something about bubble wrap.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. Let me find that. Maybe the comment, if I find the comment, maybe it'll, Oh, getting meat chickens. Yeah, so the hatcheries, Cackle Hatchery is where I order from typically. For the most part, 99% of our birds come from Cackle. I think they're probably pretty close to being done shipping for the year. I don't know for sure though. But I decided that we would just wait till springtime to do another batch of meat chickens. We have a lot going on this fall. And we actually still have quite a few birds in the freezer from the spring's butchering, so I think we're good till springtime. So.
And no plans on doing duck meat or
No.
turkeys or anything like that?
No.
No.
So.
What happened to Kittler from Bill the Tractor Man? She's
in the house
She's
now.
in the house. She doesn't make it into. She doesn't really venture outside very often, and she sure as heck
No,
doesn't
she
come
did
down
for
to
3 days, and I had to go dig her out from underneath the storage trailer.
She did make it all the way back there. She is our three-legged cat. We're not sure what happened to her. She was in videos quite often.
She broke her leg.
And she broke her leg, but we don't know how she broke her leg.
No, we don't.
And then her leg was removed.
Yeah.
And now she's tripod. So yeah.
She just stays in the house.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, she does go outside. We have a magnetic screen door, and we let the animals free range when it's nice outside, and so they go in and out. And she would not come in one night. She was underneath the steps, and we couldn't get her in, and so we just were like, well, you're gonna be fine. Well, it took us 3 days to get her back in, or 2 days.
She didn't want to come back in.
She left the yard, and then we looked and looked and looked and couldn't find her. And you finally, well, she came back to the house, but we had company over, and so she wouldn't come in the door. And then you followed her. Mm-hmm. And then it took me and Grace to get her. She loves Grace. So I brought Grace with, and we coaxed her out from her hiding spot. So
Exactly. Roseanne Todd asked, what can you do for a first-time mama that's not producing milk? Call your vet, number one. I can almost guarantee they're going to give her oxytocin, which will get that milk to come down. A lot of times, first-time moms and their calves and milk don't all line up
And she
together,
might be producing colostrum, and the colostrum doesn't come in the huge volume that milk does, so just keep letting that calf nurse, and for the most part, things will work themselves out.
9 times out of 10.
They don't need a lot of volume the first 48 hours. They need colostrum, but they don't need gallons of it. So if it looks like the udder is not filling, like, it's probably okay.
Heifers are weird like
that. But call your vet. I mean, we're not experts, and we're not vets, so call your vet and keep letting the calf nurse.
Yeah,
because
for
that's
sure.
the best stimulation.
All right, Susan breaks the ice here, and she says she loves your TikTok videos.
Thanks, Susan.
We talked about it in the last live stream that you were going to be taking over the Our Wyoming Life official because some little kid has Our Wyoming Life on TikTok. I still don't understand that. So if you search on TikTok Our Wyoming Life, you're going to find this little blonde kid. If you search Our Wyoming Life official,
you'll find our logo,
find Erin.
and you'll find us.
And you'll find Erin.
You're there too.
Occasionally. We actually tried those nasty pickleball things, those candy deals.
Yeah.
We did the women can stand up from a push-up thing without using their arms or some goofy thing, and I fell on my face. What else did we do?
The bulls got out this spring.
Oh yeah, the bulls got out. We did
We
that.
had a calf and a calf warmer. That video did really well.
Right. So TikTok has kind of been off on the side, something that we've kind of just played around with a little bit, and it was.
And then we didn't post anything for months.
Yeah, and then Erin decided I'm going to take it over. So she posted something, and then TikTok said, hey, wait a minute, something weird is going on here, and it took forever. I think Erin tried to upload it like 8 times, and finally it went online. They approved it or whatever they had to do with it, and you've been doing it ever since then.
Processing for like 3 hours.
Exactly. Do you like doing TikTok?
Yeah, it's quick and easy. I didn't post this weekend, and I actually filmed something tonight that I can post. But it's, I'm just showing kind of like what I do. And
I haven't been in one since you've taken over.
Well, it's been like 4 days. So
right. A week.
Like
you did 5 days, 6 days.
It's not like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But I started on Monday because we put it in the newsletter.
Right.
And so, yeah, Monday I started. So, yeah, it's 3 minutes is your max on TikTok. And so it's not hard to fill 3 minutes. Just sometimes like, what am I going to talk about? So.
Should we show one of your TikToks to kind of give people a look at what you do? And if you're not familiar, you can download the TikTok app and search. TikTok does not pay easy, unfortunately.
There is a creator fund, but we're not eligible for the creator fund yet.
This is just for funsies right now.
Yeah.
So let's check out Erin's. This is a TikTok from when?
Friday.
I don't know. It's out at the goats. Let's check it out.
I thought today we could do something kind of fun, and we can see what the goats will eat. So I've got some falling apart leftover pancakes from dinner the other night, and I've got some carrots. Jack's eating my shoelace. Come here, goats. So we're gonna see if the goats will eat some treats and what they like and what they don't like. These are the goats. They're everywhere. They've already tried to eat my phone and my shoelaces, and Fancy has jumped on me about 20 times. Who wants a pancake? Waffle, do you want a pancake? Jack. Hi, Fancy. Oh, no one's interested. Hey, quick. She's a jumper. Jackie boy. Nobody wants to play my game. It does kind of hurt when she jumps on me. It's not the worst. What happens? Okay, now she's on my neck. How are we gonna get down? How are we gonna get down? It is surprising when she jumps on you if you're not expecting it. She's the worst about jumping. Do you want carrot? Do you want carrot? No? No? Jack, quit eating my phone. Jack! Come. Here, eat the carrot. Don't you dare try and jump on me. Use your teeth. Waffle! Quit eating the phone! Jack. Show the people. I'm not in frame. Alright, nothing productive is happening. And nobody wants my treats. You want a piece of carrot? Do you want a piece of carrot, Waffle? No. Alright, goat snack time, not a success.
I'm pretty sure somebody thought that I was off on the side just throwing goats at you. Like, Fancy is
Cruella
ridiculous.
did not even help. Like, she was just like, there is too much chaos here. You see her in the very beginning, and then
she's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
See you later.
And Fancy doesn't do that to you, right?
She'll jump in my lap, but she doesn't do that jumpy on the back.
And she doesn't
thing
to the kids and stuff either. I don't know why.
She likes you. She is just all up in your business.
Even when I was trying to set up, so my phone, like I have a little bendy tripod, and I'm trying to like loop it through the chicken wire to hold it, and she was on my back, and Jack was eating my hair and my shoelaces, and like even just trying to get set up was just like
a nightmare.
Such chaos. Yeah, and then they did not eat my treats. I think they did later because I put them in their bowl and like they were gone.
True.
And I took them some chard and some beet greens and
I did
stuff.
see. I saw Jack eating chard.
Yeah, and they'll eat that, but they wouldn't eat my pancakes.
Right. If you enjoy the goats and you would like to watch the goats more, and you didn't see today's vlog, you can actually go onto our website, ourwyominglife.com, and click on webcams, which now is actually plural, and there are more than one webcam now on the ranch. We still have a webcam that faces out to the cow pasture where there is nothing going on, but we have the goat webcam, which sometimes has stuff going on. I have noticed, like, I'll check on it every once in a while rather than walk over there, and they don't really do a whole lot. I mean, you'll see them out walking around, but when it's warm and stuff, they do tend to go inside and hang out. But in the evening, they're up and moving around, jumping around and playing. And of course, if anybody's over there, they go bananas. So you can always tell when somebody's close by.
Yeah, like jumping on you took an old stock tank and made a little house for them that they can go into, and they were jumping up and down on that. And Jack and Waffle were fighting.
Oh, were they?
Well, they were like headbutting, and the girls were just hanging out. And Kate, and last time you had the goats, and when we made the goat area, the boys have been banded.
We got a lot of comments. Oh, you're gonna have baby goats everywhere.
We know how to like make babies happen or not make babies happen. Like we got it.
I'm relatively certain that the entire not you guys, but everybody else on the internet thinks I'm a complete idiot. Like, I don't know how many comments I read, and I'm just like, you think that we don't think that we could have baby goats?
Literally one of the first things when we got Jack and Rose, like, it was like, when do we have to band him, and like when can they breed and stuff, because like they were siblings, so we didn't want that, of course, and like we're responsible pet owners, okay, people? Like
the problem people aren't here, so you're just preaching to the choir, sister. From Reed, you guys I have been in a rabbit hole of hoof trimming. There's actually the hoof doctor. I can't remember. He's actually a fan of our channel. We're a fan of his channel, and we go back and forth. Do you ever have to get a hoof trimmer?
That's not Reed, though.
No. Okay. He's a different guy. Do you do it yourself, or do you wear naturally? On the cows, they pretty much just wear naturally. I actually talked to a vet about it, and I think I might have actually talked to the hoof doctor about it, because we were talking one night. And because we have very sandy soil, that sand acts as sandpaper and wears down their hooves pretty net. Well, now we do have problems occasionally, and usually it's kind of we've trimmed every once in a while. It usually doesn't end well, just because we usually get a grow over, and then that causes lameness, and we end up having to get rid of a cow. So
yeah, if we end up with like if you watch any like dairy content, they have the tables that like flip the cows.
The big tilt tables.
Yeah, we don't have those in this part of the country. So if we have to trim a hoof, like it's usually, it's in like the Aero Clip, and like
with big old loppers.
Yeah, with like a tree trimmer almost. But yeah, it's we try occasionally, but I mean, it's been years since we've had to trim any hoofs.
Yeah. Now horses, of course, interesting thing, Bria, who's our quarter horse hoof GP. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Diane. Our quarter horse, she gets trimmed like once a year. She really doesn't. She wears down nicely. She's actually got a very nice hoof on her. Our draft paint, who's Hyro, who you can probably see on the webcam.
It's dark
not now. You can't, but during the day you can. He has to be trimmed like once a month. His hoofs grow like
yeah, they look
like hair.
Yeah, and even like when they get trimmed, like he still just looks like garbage.
Yeah, he's just got great big hooves. They're always constantly
they're really wide.
Well, he's draft.
Yeah,
he has a draft horse thing going on.
Yeah,
so.
it's just a much different like hoof shape and stuff. And so like even after the farrier is out, I'm like, they still don't look good.
And speaking of hooves, another thing that we have to look into is the goats and seeing if their hooves need to be trimmed.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we need to check in on that too and see. Maybe the sandy ground will help with them. Maybe we won't have to. We'll find out. But yeah, that's something we have to worry about as well. Oh, Rebecca Davis mentioned it as well. So
yeah,
there's a lot of people that should be banded too. That's very true. Very true.
Yeah, the goats go in for nighttime.
Yeah. Yep. So and it's funny. I was going to set it. I didn't set it up so we could look at it here during the live stream. But the new camera, but it has night vision.
Oh, yeah.
And it has decent night vision because the goats are so close. You can actually see it. I was looking at it last night. Somebody agree with me if you're watching the goat cam. So, Has he ever foundered? No, he never has. We've never had that issue. We don't have enough food out here for them to eat.
I think there was one spring that we're like, oh, he's close to foundering.
Yeah, he got big, and so we put a saddle on him the other day, and he was on the last notch. So it was like, okay, time for you to take a little bit of a diet here, buddy.
I know you sent me a picture of him with the saddle on. I was like, oh, he just really emphasizes the roundness.
Well, it's a big saddle too. He's got a big saddle, and like.
Well, when you put the little belt around him, though, he doesn't look so slim anymore.
Yeah, the girls went for a little ride. I mean, he was okay with it. He didn't mind, but yeah, and the saddle's small because it's a kid saddle. So the stirrups are all the way up. It's actually my saddle, but the stirrups were all the way up. And
it's not a kid saddle. It's just you have the stirrups all the way up.
Yeah, so it's kind of. It looked funny on him. It was like fat man in a little coat, kind of thing.
Fat.
He was, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, they have hay and stuff. Like he just doesn't. We just don't. We're not out like giving them a controlled portion of hay every day.
Right. Yeah, they're just grazing right now.
Yeah, and with hay to supplement. So.
And like during the wintertime, they're usually in with steers. So they've just got free access to hay,
and they eat grain.
Then they had one. Yeah, they had one fall that they had creep. They had access to creep, so they're trying to eat out of the creep feeder.
I thought we moved them out after the creep.
We did after a few days. We were like, okay, they're hot. They're just sitting in the creep feeder. So, and I didn't think they'd be able to get in the creep feeder, but they got big long necks, so they're like right in there like a giraffe.
They come up to our yard, and Hyro can reach the green grass.
Yeah, he reaches over the fence. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, Mike, when are the bulls coming back home to breed? You only have one left.
Well, they don't go out with the cows till July.
Yeah, so we'll have time to get it.
We'll purchase new bulls.
Yep, exactly. That was very confusing.
Yeah. So they stay home in the wintertime, and they go out in the summertime.
Right. People are checking. The goat pen is quiet.
Yeah,
so I guess you could check it on your phone, too, if you really want to. The camera we use for the goat cam is actually just a Nest camera. And works pretty well.
Yeah, if it's off during the day, it's probably because like our kids
I talked about it in the video.
Okay, yeah. So just like if we go over there, and our kids play and stuff, like we will turn it off.
Right.
Because we want
or throw a sock over it or something.
We would like some privacy in our lives, just a little.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Speaking of which, Erin's been wanting me to address this, and this is just as good a place as any because. It is not cool to come and knock on our door at 7 o'clock or 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, don't do it to any YouTuber or anybody that you watch online. Like.
Yeah. We had a weird weekend was it last weekend? We had a Saturday and then we had a Sunday, and it was like.
We've had a lot.
Who's pounding on the door now? Kind of thing. So, and then we had a Sunday afternoon, and that was a little weird too because I wasn't home. You were home alone. It was, Erin was like, I'm not answering the door.
I just don't answer the door.
So.
And we, Farm Store has very designated hours. Please stop by during Farm Store hours.
Or email and we'll set up something ahead of time if it's not going to work.
But that doesn't even really work that well because we're super busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just please try and visit during Farm Store hours. And we expect a lot, during the summer, we're in a very, touristy, route. We're close to I-90. We're between Yellowstone and Mount Rushmore. We get a lot of stop-in visitors. And we do, you guys know we do Harvest Host and the Airbnb and stuff. It's busy around here, and there's a lot of people on the ranch sometimes. But, please don't knock on our door on a Sunday morning, and don't show up to shop the farm store at 7:45 on Saturday. We're not even open. So, just please respect our privacy. And this is our home. It is the ranch that you guys love and you guys watch on YouTube and on TV and stuff, but this is our home at the end of the day. And our kids are here, and
and that's really what, if our kids are outside playing in the yard, now all of a sudden we've got a really weird situation happening. So.
And there's also things like tractors and equipment and stuff running around. And if you guys stop on a Saturday afternoon, we have to stop everything that we're doing. And Mike could be in the middle of moving bowls.
Yeah.
So please try and stop during Farm Store hours.
Because I'll get the call, trust me.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I'm not going to deal with you. Mike's going to deal with you. So.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That might be actually somebody's.
No, and we love to meet you guys. We really, truly do. It's a great benefit of what we do is when we get to meet you guys. But like I said, this is our home.
Yeah.
So.
And we are working on some things where hopefully we can continue, like the ranch roundup and that kind of stuff, and being able to you know, give opportunities for people to come to the ranch and hang out. And one of those is actually the RV park. That it's not really an RV park, but it's an extended RV area that you guys got to see today in the vlog that we were working on. And I know that it was a little confusing in the vlog because I really didn't have like I didn't paint a picture. I didn't have like you know, a frame of reference really. We were just kind of talking about what we're doing, but we've done Harvest Host for the last couple of years. Now we're expanding that. Harvest Host spots used to actually just be around the Airbnb. You would actually park in the Airbnb's backyard, basically. And now we're actually building a dedicated RV area with 5 spots, and people will be able to pull in and hang out. So hopefully, if you guys are RVers, then you're able to stop by and hang out.
Yeah, join Harvest Host. It's a great program. So.
Yeah, it is really good. I had an email today that somebody said Harvest Host doesn't cost anything, or how do they word it? Something about, you know, we don't charge people to stay on the ranch, and they said that's a horrible business model.
We charge you for power.
Well, yeah, and we hope that people shop the farm store.
Yeah.
That's where we come into it.
If we charge you, then we have to pay taxes, guys.
And it's lodging
like,
tax.
Yeah,
we would technically be in a lodging situation.
And like we already do sales tax, but you know, did you do that this month?
No, I did not. I need to do sales tax. Somebody remind me later.
So, I mean, it's not impossible to do tax. Like it's just you know, we would just track it through our point of sale system and pay the tax and stuff. But yeah, so if you join Harvest Host, you pay a membership to be part of Harvest Host. You get access to their database, and then you don't pay to stay at spots. We do charge for the services that you receive while you're here. If you
hook up to power, you pay for power.
Yeah, if you choose to partake in those.
You don't have to though.
Yeah, and
I mean, really, honestly, you don't have to shop at the farm store.
No.
You don't have to take the tour. You can just come and park and skedaddle in the morning and not pay a damn thing, which some people do.
It does happen sometimes, pretty rarely, but you know, we've had, you know, and there is no minimum. So, I mean, we appreciate everybody who stays with Harvest Host and who shops. And we've had sales anywhere from $7 to I think one day we had $700 from one person.
Yeah.
So
that was insane. I was like, oh my gosh, this person is like cracked their lid. I was like, they're still buying. I think I called Erin, or no, you called me or something. You're like, they're still buying stuff.
I literally check the sales report every single morning.
Yeah.
And when I start seeing people, when I get the alerts that people are coming out of the farm store, I'm like, how much did Mike and Jeff do this morning?
Yeah. We do a tour with Harvest Host. People pay $10 for the tour. It's actually $10 per group. That might be changing, but they pay $10 for their entire RV. However many kids they've got, they come and they feed cows. You guys have seen it. And then we swing by the farm store. It's kind of the exit through the gift shop type of thing. Huh. And yeah, it's a really good deal, and it works out great for us, and that's why we're expanding it. And we're hoping that we can even have more subscribers come and stay. There is a limit. I think it's 2 or 3 days that we limit. 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know people come and hang out and get to experience the ranch. And if you're staying for 2 days, take the tour twice. I don't care. And
but you don't get to like go see the cows. And
right.
You don't get to drive a tractor and stuff. Like you get to like if you purchase your thing in the morning.
Your thing.
Sure.
The tour.
Yeah.
You forget the word for tour.
Yes. Then you know
the song and dance routine that Jeff does.
You can have fancy jump on you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, working ranch. It's actually pretty dangerous around here sometimes.
Yeah. And I have to deal with that with Harvest Toasters too. I mean, you know, they'll say, "Hey, can I come and check things out later on?" And I'm like, no, because we have tractors running around. I want somebody to get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's a liability. So.
And again, our kids live here.
Yep. Now, there are possibly options in the future where we can have working vacation on the ranch. That may happen, but until we figure that out, we're working on the RV thing. Trust me, that's enough work right now.
But yeah, we do enjoy Harvest Host. It's been really good for the farm store.
Oh yeah, Harvest Host is awesome. I wish they would give us a kickback or something. We talk about them too much. Just curious, did Gilbert make hay on the ranch, or is that something you guys started? That's from Caden. Gilbert always hayed, I think. He used the sickle mower that we use. He had hay rakes. He didn't have the V rake like we have.
Dump rakes.
He had dump rakes, which were interesting. We actually, after Gilbert passed away, we tried using a swather. We decided we didn't like it. We went back to Gilbert's way of doing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gilbert.
We didn't like that swather.
No, that swather sucked. It was a horrible swather. Alrighty. JB Weld, how much for the City Slickers experience? Well, it depends kind of what kind of watch you wear. But
we should put Tam in charge of creating a city slicker.
It would be interesting. What can we get people to do? See, the bad part is like JB is that if first of all, I can't be like Cal going to labor today because somebody paid me $100 to be here. Can't do it, right? So you want to lose a watch, you just got to hang out for a while. But if it's weird things happen every day on the ranch, so I think that there is an opportunity for get chased by a peacock. Or a duck, or a goose. Your geese are ridiculous, by the way.
They don't chase.
No, but they're so loud. Watch the goat cam. I think we have do we still have the volume on that thing, the microphone?
I don't know.
Erin told me I shouldn't turn the microphone on. I think I did. But you'll hear the geese occasionally. They'll just come over and yell at the goats. And now there's like 30 of them. They're like a little gang. They're like
They're very...
The West Side Jets and stuff, they're out there just like,
Willie Hill just said, all we have near me is small farms with no more than 100 to 200 cows. Well, we fit right in that too. We're
a small farm with 100 to 200 cows.
Yeah.
Just lots of land. To make
lots
it
of
happen.
land because we're out west.
Yep. Big difference.
Yeah. The average American cattle rancher is only about 125 head.
Yeah. Is that really it?
Yeah. There are exceptions,
You've been doing a lot of work where you've been getting a lot of statistics. In fact, I found an interesting note up here. I didn't know what it meant. I was going to ask you about it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Cuvera
different.
Coalition send pictures.
That's two different notes.
Oh, two
it's
different
not one
notes.
sentence.
Okay.
I need that, though. Okay, I'll take this.
You need that?
Thank
Okay,
you.
you take that. Erin's actually been doing a lot of work lately, speaking not only TikTok, because it's not all fun and games. You have been working with the governor's office on
It's not really
some
with
good
the
stuff
governor's
happening.
office.
I mean, food stuff, which is food insecurity, which is something that's right up your alley anyway.
Yeah, so the America Rescue money, every state has been given America Rescue money, and the states have to figure out a plan of how to spend that money. And so Governor Gordon asked the director of Department of Family Services to form a task force, I don't know if that's what you call us, but to look at the food supply chain in Wyoming. And I was invited by a friend who works in that space or is an activist within that space of food insecurity, and Megan and I got recommended. And so we've only had 2 meetings, and they're going to request some funds to do a study on Wyoming's food supply chain. So I've gotten to have some input that we need more farms, and we need more meat processing, and we need medium scale meat processing in Wyoming, and we need the feedlots and the support industry to go with it.
Oh, that's where I was going with this, because statistic wise, you're talking about 150 cows is the average. But in Wyoming, only 1,500 cows are actually processed in Wyoming per year. Yeah, that amazes me.
And that came from the Director of Agriculture, Doug Miyamoto. So that was directly from him, was that in 2020, 1,500 beef were processed in Wyoming. I'm absolutely appalled and embarrassed by that number. I think that's horrible. I think Wyoming needs to do much better.
We have millions of cows.
We have if you do a Google search, we have anywhere from 1.3 to 1.6 million cows in Wyoming.
1,500 are processed within our state. That is embarrassing.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And so if
what that basically means is that our cows are leaving, going to Nebraska, to Kansas, or wherever feedlots are, and being processed there, or through one of the big four.
Through the Midwest. I mean, that's where the grain is at and stuff. And so you're either shipping cattle or you're shipping grain, but we can do better. And a big part of this is to stabilize the food supply chain, because and we're still experiencing food supply chain issues. I went to the grocery store on Friday, and the chip section is empty. Not that we need chips, it's not essential.
The chip section was empty. That's funny.
But and I'm sure you guys are experiencing that in your grocery stores too. It's just weirdly, randomly, all of a sudden stuff is gone. There's this one Uncle Ben's long grain wild rice box mix that I buy that I've not been able to get since the pandemic, since March of 2020, and that was back in stock the other day. I was like, "Ooh, this is exciting." But yeah, so my opinion on the situation is if we shorten the supply chain, we stabilize the supply chain. And that's just my opinion.
Food from us to them.
Yeah, and so during the pandemic, during March of 2020, when the grocery stores ran out of eggs, and then eventually the farm store ran out of eggs because there was a trickle-down effect, and we sold a ton of stuff in March of 2020. The next day I went to the chicken house and I got more eggs.
Yeah.
So
The basic premise is if you had somebody who made toilet paper in your backyard, you wouldn't.
You
worry
would have
about
had
it.
toilet paper, and so I really. Who knows what will happen with this? Who knows how the money will be spent? We're a long, long ways away from actually getting to spend any of the America Rescue money, and I might not even be involved with it by the time that happens. But my opinion is that Wyoming beef should be feeding Wyoming residents through our grocery stores, our restaurants, and our schools and hospitals. So
yeah, go back 100 years. That's probably how it was.
So I will always advocate for that. And some people, for whatever reason, in the state think I should be listened to. So, and I'm not the only person. There's several people on this task force, but it's really neat and it's kind of fun to be part of this stuff. So,
if we ever want to burn through 10 minutes really quick on the on Beyond the Ranch, we just ask Erin about food insecurity. JB Weld threw out a $10 question. If 150 is the average, what's the median?
Isn't an average and a median the same? Do I not know what those things mean?
If you can count on JB to throw out the $10 question, not a $20 question though. That's a good thing. We'll have to look that one up. Glenn Preston, have you guys made any progress on shipping? We're going to talk about that in 1 second. Really quick, I want to go back. Pigs are gone. We have no pigs on the ranch right now. We do have new pigs on the way, William. Shipping.
Did you get that figured out? Do you know an arrival date?
Secret.
Do you know?
It's a big secret.
Okay, we got a lot of stuff to do this week, so we need to
we'll figure it out.
We need to coordinate some schedules.
Oof, yeah. All right. So shipping, we have ran into a huge obstacle on shipping, and that is our dry ice situation. There is a CO2 shortage.
A liquid CO2 shortage.
Liquid CO2 shortage in the United States.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Because you don't know why. I told you why.
It's a supply chain issue.
I told you why, but you
do you know because liquid CO2 is a byproduct of fertilizer production, and they're not making fertilizer because they can't afford to truck fertilizer.
So therefore, because we can't make fertilizer, we can't get dry ice, and all of a sudden our shipping situation is screwed up. So here's the problem. We've got 10 steers that we were hoping to be able to get online and be able to ship all over the U.S., and we can't do it because of this dry ice situation. So,
so one option that because we can't consistently get it in town, we're like, oh, we'll just contact the company and we'll get a cooler, right?
Yeah.
We'll just be a dry ice distributor. We have to buy 300 pounds every week or every other week, so that's a bit expensive.
Right.
I don't know if we need 300 pounds. We have no idea. I don't need it 26 times a year, though. I can guarantee that. We do not have enough inventory to ship every single week or every other week. How long does it last in those freezers, too?
I have no idea.
See,
these are questions.
We have so many questions, but they can't even set us up an account until after January.
Yeah.
But they did send the credit application. It was very kind of them.
That was nice
to
of
do
them.
that.
We'll take your money. We just can't actually
do
do anything for you for a while. So one of the problems, or one of the solutions that we have, is to be able to offer only overnight shipping, which then gets really expensive.
Like $100.
I know, it's like $100, but if you buy 50 pounds of hamburger for $60 and then you pay $100 shipping, now you're paying a ridiculous amount of money for
50 pounds of hamburger does not cost $60.
10 pounds of hamburger?
Yeah, that's more like it.
That's what I just said.
No, you said 50 pounds of hamburger.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 10 pounds. I meant 10 pounds of hamburger.
That was a great deal.
That is a good deal.
That is not a deal that you will receive on our website.
So yeah, so that puts us kind of not back at square one, but it does definitely change how we're gonna actually work on a couple different boxing ideas. I have an idea with some styrofoam, and maybe that's a huge time suck, but if I have to cut styrofoam for each box, that might be a solution. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure something out because we got tons of meat coming that has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's we go buy more freezers.
You can't get those either.
You can't get freezers either. There's a shortage
like
on
a
argon,
bunch.
helium, nitrogen. Yeah, I can imagine. William Dunn.
Yeah, you can come pick up meat. Farm Stores open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 5:30.
Feel free. Might be cheaper just to drive here, guys.
It literally might be.
And hopefully, bring your own coolers, and if you can get dry ice in town, maybe. We'll see.
All of our hay is tentatively purchased, but it's not here yet. But we have verbal agreements from hay farmers and truckers to get us the hay that we need.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. All right. As an NFP.
What is an NFP?
National
We're a nonprofit. I don't know what the F stands for.
Non-frickin' profit. I don't know. Are you eligible for grants? You
Yeah,
get grants.
of course. Yeah. We are a 501c3. We're eligible for grants. For-profit businesses are also eligible for some grants depending upon what they are. They're in the agriculture space. Things
NFP
like
might be not for-profit.
Not for-profit.
Yeah.
Not for-profit. We call ourselves a nonprofit. Anyhow, there are certain grants for profit businesses. The USDA value-added processor grant, value-added. Not the value-added. Just there's a value-added grant. It's the air conditioner. It's not a kid.
Oh.
There's certain grants that even as a for-profit business you can get. One of the high tunnels was a USDA grant, so you don't have to be a nonprofit to get grants. There's just certain grants you can get as nonprofits and certain ones you can't. And we're not eligible for all grants. We have to meet the criteria of the grant.
I'm eligible for no grants, just to tell you. I get nothing.
I mean, but no, that's not true. You're eligible.
What grant am I eligible for? Hook me up, man.
USDA and Farm Services are reimbursing 60% of trucking costs
That's
this
not
year.
a grant.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was like a public aid thing or emergency fund thing or something.
It's probably
FEMA.
Emergency funds.
Yeah,
but
maybe. Ridiculous. Two lights in the distance on the goat cam. That's Tim's house. Tim and Tara's house. Be sure to wave at them. They live back in that subdivision. They have two really bright lights on the back of their house, and they have a hot tub in their backyard too. So that's probably why they have really bright lights, I'm guessing, so they can catch people like, not me, because I would never sneak across the hayfield and sneak into their hot tub, but other people who are not like me, who would be sneaky and do that sort of thing to their neighbors.
Don't tell the internet to do that.
I'm not telling the internet to do anything. I'm telling them the exact opposite. I'm telling them not to do that.
Okay.
Because some neighbors have really bright lights because people sneak in, who are not me, into their hot tub. So, yeah. I kind of miss having a hot tub.
We never have had a hot tub.
Before they put on the lights, we did.
No, we did not.
All right.
Have you looked
Was
into
JB
buying
talking
a
about my
walk-in refrigerator or freezer from a restaurant that's closing? No restaurants have closed in Gillette, so.
Luckily, yeah, we really haven't had any restaurants close, have we? No.
We've been looking. They even used. They cost several $1,000s.
Actually, what the jackalope looks a little chubby. Why does he look fat?
It's just the angle.
Is he just fluffy? Is it just the angle? He does look chubby.
He looks great.
Is he losing hair?
A little bit.
A little bit of hair coming out. Yeah, see?
You can't see it on the camera. Yes, he's hairy.
So I just saw, if I could buy fresh beef, otherwise I freeze it immediately.
It's fine frozen. You don't need to buy it fresh.
If you buy meat from us and we ship it to you,
It's
it might
frozen.
be thawed by the time it gets
I
to you.
literally will not take it from the processor if it's not frozen. Like, I don't want fresh. Do you know what a nightmare it is when it comes not frozen?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Absolute nightmare. No, freeze it. Just freeze your meat. Vacuum seal it, freeze it. It's fine. Hot tub fun. Thank you.
Hot tub fun. Cool. Maybe I can rent it from Tim and Tara for the weekend. Let's see. Is there a place near a jet that employs special needs people that would cut the styrofoam for a reduced price?
We'll just cut it. We'll figure it out.
Actually, I don't think there is anything like that.
I don't know.
As a kid, we actually, my mom and dad helped out with a handicap. What was it called? Oh, I can't remember. They made like furniture and stuff.
I think we're a huge operation. We got 10 steers to ship. 10, that's it. And like half of those are going to be sold through the farm store. So like we're not shipping a lot. We're not Kansas City steaks here.
No, because if we were, we'd be a lot cheaper.
We're going to ship out like 45 ribeyes, guys. Like it's not that much.
Lots of hamburger.
Lots of hamburger.
And be big hamburger dealers. Be specialized in the hamburger trade. Like 37 different types of hamburger. It's all the same thing.
I mean, it's like 10 steers is a lot of beef, but at the same time, like, it's not a lot of beef.
People are excited to buy beef.
I'm excited to be able to.
I'm excited to be able to get beef off the ranch because we got tons of beef.
I'm excited to be able to do it too, and like we'll work through these hurdles of the shipping and stuff, but like we're gonna run out.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna. You're not. There's gonna be limited availability. That's
Erin wants to keep some of the farm store too.
Yeah, I have to. So, yeah, there's 18 to 22 ribeyes per animal.
Yeah, thanks, Zach, who's not here.
He's not here.
Susan asked how Gracie is doing selling for her school. If you get our newsletter, which I hope you do, you can go to our website and sign up for the newsletter. If you don't, last week in the newsletter, I went back and forth on this, and I finally decided to share a fundraiser that Grace was doing for her school, so they could buy some after-school curricular activities. I'm actually not sure what they're going to spend the money on.
It's
Have they
for
told
the
you?
PTO,
Yeah.
and they do some student appreciation stuff.
Either way, it's over with now. It ended on the 1st.
Yeah, Thursday.
Or pretty close to it. I saw that Susan actually snuck through an order there at the end. I'm not sure how that happened. Because I thought it was done, but Susan got hers through. So maybe you can still order. I don't know.
I think it's done.
Okay. Anyway, Grace ended up selling almost $2,000 worth of stuff. Maybe a little over.
That's a lot.
And it was, it's like cookies and
I don't think she asked
wrapping
one
paper.
I don't
and
think she asked one person to buy anything.
she asked us. I remember that. But yeah, she did really good. The interesting thing is that we don't know yet who won the competition, but whoever wins actually gets to be principal for the day.
But Grace doesn't want to do it.
But Grace doesn't want to do it.
And we got this question a lot. Like so all 3 kids could have done the fundraiser. We registered one kid and just kind of was like, we'll put all the orders underneath one kid.
Right.
Like last year, Mackenzie did it, and like we didn't do as much. But so this year was Grace. So next year, Lincoln.
Yeah, and they all split the prizes. So
Yeah.
they, you sell one item, you get this toy. You sell 5 items, you get this other toy. And they go through and they pick out which ones they want. So I think
And they share everything.
Grace got the AirPods. They're generic AirPods or whatever they're AirPods. Headphones, wireless headphones, and Grace wanted them really bad, and that's what she chose out of the whole thing. Mackenzie got a light up basketball.
They almost got to the Xbox.
They almost got the Xbox, very, very close to the Xbox.
Too far for me. Too far for us to like.
Yeah. We would have had to buy like 600 items or something to be able to get them to the Xbox, but not that many, like 50 things. But
I wasn't gonna do that.
No, not at all.
But no, thank you
very
guys.
much.
Thank you everyone who ordered. It was really nice of you guys, and like there was tons of you guys that did support the kids, and like they will benefit from the after school and during school activities that the PTO does, and I hope that you guys like they have good cookies and good products.
Yeah, they send them directly to folks, right?
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
I said something about like, not sure the cost. You can build your own walk-in cooler from a refrigerated semi-trailer. Yeah, you can build walk-in coolers pretty easily. Freezers are a different situation.
You have to be colder, obviously.
You have to be colder, yeah. Walk-in coolers are super easy.
Yeah. Russ said we're in competition with Omaha Steaks. No, we're not, honestly. I mean, Omaha Steaks does their thing. We do ours, and obviously 2 different audiences, I think, too.
We don't have the inventory.
That would be nice.
Like inventory, seriously.
Omaha Steaks is not, they're not sourcing from one single ranch.
Yeah.
You buy a steak from us, it comes from here. You buy a steak from Omaha Steaks, and it could come from 50 different ranches. So definitely. I always tell people, like I get this all the time. People come to the farm store, and they say, "This is the best steak I've ever had," and I kind of say it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not.
It's good.
And the reason it's the best steak that you ever had is because you can look out the window and you can see the cows, and you feel connected to where your food comes from. And that's what makes it the best steak you ever had, is that you have an association with it. And that means more that means a lot more than anything to do with flavor or anything like that. You feel connected to your food.
We do a good job.
True. I'll say I do a damn good job.
Yeah, you raise a good cow. But yeah, would it be like, I don't even know that they'd grade prime most of the time because we don't overfinish.
Right. No, I'm sure they don't.
They don't.
No, they're probably choice, maybe. Wait a minute, is it choice, prime? Yeah.
Prime's the top.
Prime's the top. So choice, select. Select, choice.
Whatever.
Maybe I have it backwards. I don't know. Either way, works for me. So, chat being hacked here.
Yeah, there's some webcam.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Thanks, William, for taking care of that.
Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So, bang, bang, bang.
It happens. Do you get your steers butchered at a certified butcher? Yeah, to ship across state lines, it has to be USDA inspected. That goes for every state in the United States. So, can't wait to get 2 T-bones. That's probably not going to be an option.
No, we're not going to sell T-bones. We get lots of T-bones.
We're gonna do packages. Yeah. So it will not be like an a la carte type thing to start with. Again, we don't have the inventory for that, so it is going to be like get a couple of steaks,
and a roast.
You can get a freaking chuck roast. And get some hamburger, but you get 2 steaks too.
You're gonna get chuck. Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I mean, we haven't built our packages yet because we're trying to work out the box dimensions and like, yeah, if we're doing styrofoam, and I don't want to do styrofoam. I know
you're totally against it.
But it's what we're gonna have to do.
I have a hot knife, which you can cut styrofoam with.
Yeah, and we'll make a template and like we'll make it work until we can get through this dry ice.
We may have a moderator day where we bring all the moderators up. We just all cut styrofoam one day because the moderators rock, and I'm sure they would cut styrofoam for
Yeah. So yeah, until we get through this dry ice shortage, and hopefully after the first year, then like things can change a little bit. But at the same time, it is not going to be an a la carte thing. We're going to have a few different bundle options, and that's what's going to be for sale.
Right.
And it will change based upon our inventory. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we're just past 8 o'clock. If you have any more questions, feel free to throw them up. We'd be happy to answer them. I think we...
I have a question. I have one.
You have a question?
Yeah,
you have a question?
Alex Jacobs, we've been buying local beef from a local butcher, well worth the additional cost. Make sure it's actually local.
Yeah.
We have somebody in town that is a butcher. They're not...
They're buying Cisco beef and passing it off,
Yeah, so make sure you're asking the question of where was this raised, where does this come from, is it actually local?
Yeah, I've actually got a video plan. It's up here. It's in my brain. Actually, it's over here.
I'll send a recipe for a chuck roast.
But it's all about, when you're going to go buy beef, you want to buy local beef, whether you want to buy a half, quarter, a whole, or you want to go to visit a local butcher. These are the questions you should ask, and I think that video is going to be very interesting.
Dennis said no such thing as a bad steak, just how it's cooked. No, I've had some bad steaks. The type of animal, the age of the animal, how it's finished, how it's taken care of really does make a difference in what you're starting with. I agree, cooking makes a huge difference, but you want to start with a quality product, and I'll just be honest, just because it's finished on a ranch doesn't mean it's a quality product. And that's why this
it could be a 20-year-old cow.
Yeah, you don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
So, there are certain questions that you should ask when you're buying a beef. Or when you're shopping at a butcher that says they're local.
Yeah. Manny Amato and I went through this just a few days ago. We were talking. He's had a new butcher that opened up, and he asked me what kind of questions you should ask, and I told him, these are the questions you should ask. So.
Yeah, I mean, and if it is local, that's great. Like Alex said, it's local. That's perfect. But
sourcing local is key.
We have a butcher in town too that's like an independent outside of the grocery store chains and stuff, and it's not local.
No.
It doesn't mean it's not good beef, right? Still good beef, but it's not local.
Here's the thing, like we talk a lot about, and then I'll let you guys go. We talk a lot about buying local and everything like that. We realize not everybody can do that. And, we work with food insecure people every day. So we realize that some people have to buy $3.50 hamburger. I get it. I had to buy $3.50 hamburger for a long time. And but there is, when you get to that point where you're able to help and you're able to be a part of your local food system, that it'll click and you'll come into that and you'll be able to do that. So I don't want to feel like we're alienizing anybody who can't, but it is something that eventually...
Yeah, buying local produce, whether it's produce or beef or any product, is a luxury that tons of people can't do. I mean, that is the reason I started Edible Prairie Project, was to make local food more accessible, affordable, and available. It's difficult. It's hard to buy local. It's worth it if you can find good product, but it is going to cost more.
Yeah. We have a gal, a quick example, she comes out to the farm store. She can't afford to buy our beef, and we're fine with that. She buys eggs. She loves our eggs. She
I
said,
had somebody...
I can splurge on eggs. That's what she always tells me every time. I'm splurging on eggs. And, that's great.
I had somebody take a chicken out of the freezer the other day, asked what the price was. I told them, and they put it back in the freezer. And that's fine. I'm not offended. It is expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive to raise.
It's expensive to raise. It costs us a ton of money to produce that animal, and I don't feel bad about our prices. Had an argument on Facebook about it last week.
It's great. Go back.
I don't care.
Follow the go to our Wyoming Life Farm Store on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, make sure you follow that page. Go back and look at. We did a hamburger sale this week where hamburger was 10 pounds for $60.
Yeah.
And there was a great, it wasn't even really you, it was other people.
I defended our product and our price.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was great. Yeah, and that's what I like to see. I like to see people say, yeah, you know what, you need to buy that cheap hamburger, great.
Fine.
But don't pretend, there was one comment where somebody said, you're the guy, and I can't remember who said this comment either, but you're the guy that goes to Mercedes dealership and argues because it's more expensive than a Pinto. And you're comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah, I mean, there was a whole conversation about 80-20 beef in California versus our ranch raised beef for $6 a pound. Our local grocery store has 93.7 for $7.49 a pound. So
really?
That's $6 a pound. I think you're getting a great deal.
You are getting a great deal. Plus, you get to come out and hang out with Erin.
And I will not. I mean, will not deny it. We are super privileged that I have not bought hamburger in the grocery store for years. I will not buy 80-20 beef. And I can almost guarantee that if you're buying 80-20 beef in a tube, it's probably not being produced in the United States.
Probably not. And there's a slight chance it may not even be beef. Just
it's beef. It's beef, but like you have a USDA shield does not mean U.S. produced.
No, not at all. Not at all. Go back and watch a video
and
on that one.
The cheaper the per pound, the more likely it's being produced in South America or Africa. Yep. So it's fine. If that's what you want to purchase, like fine. If that's what fits your price point, I 100% understand that. You need to eat and you need to have protein. But don't throw my prices under the bus. I will not tolerate that.
But feel free to show up Sunday morning at 8:30 and talk to Erin about it.
No, Farm Store's open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 5:30. Sometimes on Saturday.
I like the Saturday. Saturday was busy.
It was busy.
Yeah, we were open on Saturday this week.
Yeah.
So, very cool, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us once again. Of course, new videos on the way. New video on Our Wyoming Life on Wednesday coming up. The weekly vlog. Everybody's still digging the weekly vlog. You guys like that still? If you still like it, let me know. We will keep on trucking with it. Occasionally, I do take a week off just because I like to breathe. And not have to worry about hauling a camera around with me all the time. But we do have lots of stuff coming up. Of course, we're going to keep you guys up to date on the RV park. I don't want to call it an RV park. It's not an RV park. It's an RV.
Well, because it's not even open to the public. You have to be a Harvest Host member.
You have to be cool. You have to be a cool kid. You got to be in the cool kid club.
It's the Harvest Host spot. I don't know.
Yeah, stop saying Harvest Host. They need to pay us. They don't pay us. So yeah, we'll be talking about that coming up. Of course, we're going to talk. I told you about the video that we have coming up where we talk about buying beef and how to buy beef locally, and then the questions that you need to ask. What else do you have coming up? TikTok, of course. And what do you have coming up on TikTok? Do you know?
I don't know. Oh, a deer was in the garden.
Oh yeah, see.
Oh yeah,
a deer.
Find out how that happened.
Garden.
Oh
how
no.
did that happen? Oh my gosh. JB Weld, the new channel is on TikTok. It's this new platform where people can post these things called videos that they take with their phones, smartphones even, not flip phones, but smartphones, and they post them on the interweb.
On the TikTok.
On the TikTok. And
this watch thing, the TikTok.
Feel free to check that out. It's a great place to troll people too, JB. So I mean, you'll love it. Just get on there and check it out. I'll send you a link.
The nice thing is there's way fewer subscribers on TikTok, so if you leave a comment, I might even answer it.
She won't. But
for the next couple weeks
until interesting thing about TikTok is the algorithm is a lot better.
The algorithm is crazy on TikTok. So
yeah, it knows what you like to see. So be sure to check that out, of course. And yeah, we'll keep on rolling. You guys keep on watching. Just past 200,000 subscribers. We're pushing now for 10,000 subscribers here on Beyond the Ranch.
I have 1,500 on TikTok,
Very
so
cool.
I'm super TikTok famous now.
Oh my God. Do I need to sit on a separate couch?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably by next week.
Very cool.
We might have to get divorced because I'm so famous.
What does that have to do with anything?
We didn't shoot the deer.
Thanks for hanging out with
Keith
us.
is here.
Oh, Keith. What?
Go watch the TikTok.
Go watch the TikTok. A deer in the garden. All right, guys. So yeah,
I haven't posted it. I'll work on that after we're done here.
Cool. All right, guys. We're done for the night. Thank you very much to our moderators, JB Weld, JB Weld, he's not a moderator. Matt Fetzel, Bill the Tractor Man, Lori Hable, Zach Hewitt, and of course William Dunn, our 6-shooter. Bang, bang, bang.
Do you think JB would be a good moderator?
No,
or...
not at all. I think he would be a horrible moderator. He would throw questions your way and just see if they stick. Is all he would do all day long. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, guys. Until we see you knocking on our door at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, take it easy and thanks for watching.
I'm not answering the door.
Wyoming It'd be on the ranch. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
8:30. Call it 8:30. We'll have breakfast ready.
No.